Yes, my people, hope you're good, man. Let's get straight to it. I made a return back to music. I felt and I feel like no one knows what they're doing. The record labels, they're a machine. You know what I mean? Their model is great for them. You know what I mean? If you sign an artist for £1 million, they have to make £5 million before they recoup, and then after that, every £1 million that gets made after that, they make 800k and the artist makes 200k. Do you know what I mean? That is a great profits. Most artists in the UK, they don't even get to that sort of capital, so they never recoup. But just understand that. Just understand the five. You have to make. They make 5 million before you've recouped. So just know they're always, and they've never lost. Even though you see a company and you might see reports of the company not making money, or each year there's a drop, there's they're making big money. They will always make money. And the algorithms of streaming and big artists, they will always make money. Obviously they have to pivot for certain things. They can see that the scene, for example, they're not it's that they can't monetize from it. So I'm here to kind of develop artists and show them new ways of how to scale and how to make money. And forget about being famous, man. You can be famous so many other ways, but just making money. Being a musician to make money and to support and fund your family, and you know what I mean, and to, I don't know, be financially free, go into many holidays, because you know what happens when you start making money from music. You start investing your money into other areas, or you start becoming millionaires into other areas. You can see what data shows. You can see some of the biggest artists around the world, they're billionaires, millionaires. You get me? Um, and you got, I think it's Jason Derulo. I think it was him or Neo or one of them. I think Jason Derulo. I think he's car washing. He's done during COVID. He's done car washing, and I think he's worth, the car washing is worth something like 500 mil, something like that. Do you know what I mean? Um, Rick Ross, like all these big players that you want to mention, the main ones, but they've made serious money away from music. And now a lot of people always message me and they're like, "Oh, I want you to be my manager. Will you be my manager? Will you be my manager?" Um, Guys, I've been in the scene for, like, been a manager for nearly 7 years. Not well, not nearly, I started management nearly 7 years ago. And sometimes in time, you have to change the way you approach things. Do you know what I mean? And I was an amazing manager. Like, you know what I mean? Opened up a lot of doors for other managers to walk through. And I think I served my purpose. Well, I did serve my purpose. Served my purpose. And for me, I look at business and see what makes sense. I'm 35 years old. I've got a lot of knowledge. I study, and one thing I do know is I know how to make people into millionaires. I know how to build multi-millionaire brands, and I understand business, and I can scale any sort of business. I can scale it, any business. Do you know what I mean? Through systems, softwares, AI. I'm tapped in and I'm learning more, and I'm a student to the game. I'm not going to be ignorant and just sit here and just know the things that I know many years ago. As the world's changing, the way that you market your music is totally different to that then is totally different to the way you market your music now. When I jumped in, you needed a music video to start making noise, and the music videos started making noise, like through the streams, it done what it needed to do. But now you don't need the music video because TikTok is so popular. Everyone is fried and baffled from TikTok. Like they're fried of like, how do we navigate TikTok? Well, we just go on the app, see what other artists are doing in America and these other places, and start doing it. And don't change yourself. This is what I said to Cyru, and this is exactly what Cyru is doing. All props to him. And the reason why I always mention Cyru, because that's someone that I'm working with on the marketing side, and he's actually blowing up through TikTok. Don't need to blow big money, you know what I mean, on the music videos. And this is what I kind of share. And this obviously on the 8th, 9th of February, I'm doing a masterclass breaking down, 2-day masterclass breaking down insight steps of like how to grow, how to blow, how to develop as an artist, and the things that you need to do, which is going to save so much money. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, link is in description. Anyone that wants to attend, but by then it'll probably be all sold out. But yeah, like I look at the math, guys, and if you look at data and you're realistic and I'm realistic, obviously where I live, obviously I'm about to train, you can see outside, swimming pool, whatnot. I didn't get it from music, and I don't think I would get it from music, or I would have to wait a long time to get it from music management. Music managers can't survive. I can't survive from music management's money. I just not think of the higher end because it's the minimal. You get me? We were mentioning the higher end, the D Block Europes, the Centrals, the Daves, the whoever. Count them from on one hand. Let's talk about the majority and not the minority. You know what I mean? Let's talk about artists and just look in the Ditto accounts or the TuneCore accounts and just tally it up for the year, how much was spent and what is the returns of investment. And then you have to be true to yourself and be like, artists can't even survive from that themselves. That's why you see a lot of artists maybe doing illegal stuff or having to work or having to have another side hustle, or they just can't afford it. And this is just me being very truthful to you. And the time and effort for me is like, nothing is free in life. Your time costs. Do you know what I mean? Your time always costs, whether you do it for free or you charge. Nothing is free. Yeah? And you have to look at data. You got to look at the big artists. Not many artists has been signed for £1 million or $1 million, but from the UK. I'm talking about in the UK. Get me? Not many, guys. Yeah. So it's like you're potentially, or if I was still a music manager, I'm potentially could put all my energy into one or two artists, spend 2-3 years of putting money in and whatnot, or they're putting money in, but putting time. And then at the end of it, if the music artist's whole hope is to get signed by the label, you might get signed for 400k mixtape to drop 2 mixtapes, so 200k each. Now, listening to it, it sounds good, sounds amazing. Drop 2 mixtapes over 2 years, 400k. They give you your first quarter of your advance for your first mixtape, 100k, boom. Then when the mixtape is delivered and is ready to go out, they give you the second advance for your second mixtape, 100k, boom. You're not VAT registered because you're just starting, or even if you are, you got to give your management 20%, 25%, 15%. You get me? Then you got to pay taxes. The manager has to pay taxes. So let's say take out the taxes, guys, yeah? And for me, it's like, okay, cool. from 400K, your manager takes 40% of that, 20% of that. Now what now what is that? 80K, 80K, yeah, something like that, yeah, 80K, 75K, whatever it is, yeah. The taxes that you got to spend, yeah, you can be smart, spend business, you pay small taxes, but in 2 years, 3 years, man's made 80K or 75K. In that time, we've probably spent that money to developing the artists, because it costs money to develop artists. Spending money in areas in 3 years. So for me, it's like, what am I doing this for? Am I doing this to make someone else's dream come true? Which I can make other people's dream come true, but I just have to do it in a different way. Like, that's why I have a marketing agency or coaching. You know what I mean? Because so people take it serious. They see the value. Because sometimes myself, when you're investing your own money into things, people don't see the value in it, or it always comes back to bite you. And it's happened to me. And you guys have seen that. It's happened to me many times. You guys have seen that. It's happened to me at the highest heights. My fall has been at the highest heights, where everyone has shared their opinion. Some people are happy, some people are not. But I'm just, in my head, I do things that make sense for me. Now, to be a manager, up and coming manager, young, 17, 18, 19, this makes sense. Knowing how to pivot, understanding, maybe not having the capital, but manage your artists. Remember, you lot are the most knowledgeable. You lot teach me stuff, new tricks on social media, blowing your artists. It makes sense. You know what I mean? You have your time, you have years. 7 years ago, coming out of prison, 28, figuring that out, it made sense to me. But now it's like, I can't keep on doing the exact same thing that I was doing before. I have so many opportunities of people wanting me to manage them as personalities that have millions of followers, and I turn them all down. You know what I mean? It's because it's just, I look at it and say, does this make sense for me? And I did give myself a promise for 2025. I said, 2025, I'm focusing on just Bouncer. I'm focusing on Bouncer. I'm creating these 365 videos. Don't care about the views. And I'm focusing on just Bouncer. I'm showing you that in this whole year, from creating 365 videos and doing other things, and the people that are here to follow my journey and watch me, you can see how you can change, and how your personal brand is worth millions. Are you with me? And the reason why I say your personal brand is worth millions, because over this time, it's not just going to be me talking like this. One of my team members come yesterday, sales team. Another of my team, the 3 of my team members are coming today. And you will see 1 or 2 of my team members, us saying, yeah, but we're going to do this campaign. I'm going to tell you straight before we launch it, so you can just see and put it out there, whether we launch it through digital ads, whether we don't, whether we launch it raw, or we have a product that people want to buy and selling it. And the goal is like always aiming to sell 1,000 units plus, or something at a substantial amount, like that. The value is there and the markup makes sense, where you got profits. Now it's like, for me, I always look at the business side. If you sell something for £125, for example, you build yourself up, you sell something for £125, you sell 500 units. Now, I've got around almost 1 million followers across all platforms. So if I really put my head down, you get me, sell 500 units, like put my head down, like it's doable, right? That's around what, 62K. So say you sell 1,000 units, and you sell 1,000 units in 3 months. but you put your head down. So you're aiming to make 125K. You might have to spend around 10K digital ads to do so. But to start off with, you just use your own personal brand and you push and you block out the noise. You make 125K in 3 months. Now, you've earned that yourself in 3 months. Now, from that 125K, you scale your businesses. You scale that. You've got money to maneuver. You're going to put money into this. Now, rappers will spend it on a kettle, clothes, and thing that adds for value. Now, most rappers, so don't get triggered, guys, but business people will wear Primark, invest in property, put money in other areas and scale. Make that 125K, go to 500K, go to 800K. Okay, this year we closed, we made 800K. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you this year, guys. And look, I want you to know, guys, I'm starting from last year. It was a tough year for me. Get me? I got assets. Get me? You see, in Dubai, if you don't pay bills or if you don't do certain things, you can go to prison. Do you know what I mean? So I had certain great investments, installments that I had to pay. And if I didn't pay it in time, I would have went to jail. And the businesses that I was in previously, it just held things up a bit. Do you know what I mean? Now I've gone into this year focused on myself. So when I say to you guys, I think I'm starting with about liquid. Yeah. When I say to you, yeah, I've got crypto money, but you know them things there this year, you just don't look at it in it. So I'm not gonna pull out my crypto money. But get me? When I say to you, I'm starting with around £3,000. £3,000. I spent 2,600 on my team flying for hotels and that, and I'm starting with £3,000. So, but I'm gonna show you guys like the process over the time of first, and within the 3 months, aiming to sell the 500 to 1,000 digital products, and then from the digital products, selling that, scaling multiple other businesses. Now I have multiple other businesses that we're launching, and I'm more going down the route of, people always say focus on one business and put your energy into it, but I'm going down the route of focusing on many businesses. If you've got the right team, the right software, the right back end, you can run all your businesses on the same software, going from account to account, and just having the right team there. Are you with me? And for me, that is why when you learn the game and understand the game, that's why it's like I can't put my energy into being a music manager, because there's no return investment, and everything you do has to make sense. But I can put my energy into developing artists and helping them. But now, from people paying for my services, I know who's serious and who's not, because people will just be like, "This is my music." I'm like, "Yeah, 2025, like." Like, you know what I mean? You don't go into JD Sports and say, "Look, I'm looking to have this for my music video." So your mindset has to be in all areas. And a lot of people, they put their money in the wrong areas. So when you test them and be like, "Look, this costs £125 or this costs £65, and they don't buy that, you know that their priorities are all wrong. And they're just going to waste all their money because they just don't know how to market themselves. And the most important thing is to market yourself, to market, knowing and understanding how to market. Me, I'm very keen this year of cutting out the middleman, like for established artists, for artists coming up, cutting out the middleman. You spend too much money we upload our music on all these digital platforms, and we get paid peanuts. I'm not saying don't upload all your music on there. I'm saying hold a few things. Have a private mixtape or something. You know what I mean? Why I say that, let me explain to you why. Artists hope to get these record deals or these single deals, 30, 40, 60 bags, when you can make that. You build out your following, you can make that literally with 500 people or 500 super fans by doing a merch bundle, by doing a project or single private, not putting it on DSPs just for them artists, and by doing a private event. Like, that's it, where police won't lock it off. The reason why I say police won't lock it off, because I work with a lot of artists that are like come out of prison, firearm, or from gangs. So it's like, and if you focus on the 500, and you sell your tickets, you have super fans. Guys, you gotta know, you have super fans. People spend money, guys. You sell your tickets for 125, one up, because people are buying them, and 500 people will buy them if they're getting tracksuit drop, mixtape, getting to meet and greet you, making it super exclusive. You built up that fan base. Now, you'd be surprised, within a month or two, that 60, 70, 80K you would make without even putting out any music videos, just putting out short form content, because you built your music to that level. And then when you start as an artist, you know in your head, okay, put out these sounds, interact with my audience, build a community. You get me? And then you will start seeing these people will start coming out. But we always leave it down to this hope for that million views on Spotify, £3,200. You get me? When you can just sell and do it in an exclusive way, it'll go over a lot of people's heads. But I'm looking at areas, sites to sell directly to consumer, to fans, because the music game is fucking hard, guys, and most of you won't make it if you don't think outside the box. Like I say, it's not about the talent, it's about how you market yourself. And one thing that I did do with Dig That, I made sure he was one of the richest. Whatever he done with his money, I made sure I positioned and taught him that you're one of the richest. One thing I did do with Little Man, I left him with a multi-million-pound brand. Now, if you've got the right people around him, it's done. It's a multi-million-pound brand. They just don't know what to do yet. And the one thing I did do with me is I built myself and helped people for up to 7 years. And here's my journey now. And now it's like, okay, the person that's worth 100 mil in years to come, because that's where man's at. That's the destiny. That's where man's at. 2, 3, 4 years down the line, we're gonna go back to this YouTube, and we're gonna look at it and be like, "Raw, look how far man come." One of the brothers said to me when I went to Saudi, he said to me, "Did you think 7 years ago someone said that your life will be where it is now? What would you have said to them? Would have said that they're talking shit?" No, what are you talking about? Not that I don't believe in myself. It's just like, and then when I put things and I thought about it, I was like, yeah, man, alhamdulillah. Time to go in, time to focus on my brand. So yeah, man, let's get it today, guys. Wishing everyone a positive day, and let's wake up and just take little steps. 1%, that 1%, that 1%, that 1%. You get me? That 1%. If you've got any businesses, don't be afraid to reach out to people. Good luck, man. Peace.